Guys, it's your boy Joe back at it again, man. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back and I done did it again. Yeah. All right, guys. So listen, I want to talk to you guys. I want to tell you guys something this year, right? This is very important. You guys have been signing up to the website. You guys have been supporting the channel. But now it's time to really take this serious. I keep saying this all the time. But seriously, take it serious. Like, don't take coding as a hobby. All right? Everybody that's here should have a reason why they want to learn to code. They want to create their own application. They want to build their own their own business, their own freaking idea that they have. They have a service that they want to create. Something. They want to get a job. If you're one of those people that they just don't know if you want to come up with an idea right now, cool. Just say, hey, I just want to get money. I want to get something stable and I want to do something that's fun and I can enjoy. Cool. That's your goal. But use that as motivation to learn to code. Use that as motivation to come in and do the work. I see a lot of people that have signed up and they have signed up to the website and, more than I think like 75% of the people, they've probably completed over 3 to 4 courses, right? This thing is like unlimited access. When you come to the website, currently right now 65% off, it's unlimited access for a simple price, $7 right now, $52 a year or $105 for the lifetime. Okay, now you sign up to this thing, you do 1, you got 2, you got 3, you follow the timeline. Let's say an example, you don't know anything. You're like, hey, I don't even know how to use a text editor. I never even used Microsoft Word. I came out of a rock, right? I came up out of under a rock. Like, I need to learn how to use a text editor. It's right there. You need to learn the terminal. This is just for you guys to get comfortable with little commands. It's super easy. Might seem intimidating, but it's super easy. Then you learn to build your first web page. After building your first web page, yes, you could jump in to say, hey, I want to build a responsive app. Cool, you could do that. But there's something that you should do before that. You should try to start building things on your own. Because if you come in and you follow along, you're following along. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not you building anything. You're following the way how I did things. And then from there, you're just copying and pasting. Okay, while we are watching the video, which is cool, but you have to build something. Okay, so let's say you come here and you say, hey, I just want to build something super simple, super easy. You could say, hey, I'm gonna build a web page. How can we do this? Okay, we search on Dribble website, we find this simple website, which is just a whole bunch of boxes. When you think about it, this is very easy. You could come here and say, okay, there's one box, there's another box. Inside of it, there's a whole bunch of boxes, and inside of it, it has icons and some text inside of it. All right, you break it down like that, the same way how I taught you guys in the Learn to Code HTML and CSS. You build this page, but you build it on your own. And then anything that you find that you're like, oh, wait, I don't know how to do this, I can't remember it, you go back to the video and find it and be like, oh yeah, he told us to do this here. He told us how to break things down here, how to, organize things in order. You follow the video, then from there you create your own thing, and then you come back to the video when you're stuck. Okay? That's how it is. Now, if you can't find your answer on the video itself, go to Google. Come in and say something. It sounds dumb, but you could literally say something like this. Say, I want to align a text to the left. How to align text to the right. Let's say to the right in HTML. It's right there. And then you will see it says, oh, p-align attribute. You click there, and you could use this. That could be something simple, but you could do it with CSS. Now you come in and you say, okay, I want to do it with CSS. And say, okay, I want to do it with CSS. And then you see you got text align left, text align right, text align center. That's it. It was that easy. Okay. It's just, you try on your own. Like I said, we follow along. Then we try on our own. If I'm stuck, I look at the video. If the video doesn't have the answer, I Google it. Okay. Now going back to the topic of coming in and just like, taking advantage of this. Don't do it as a hobby. If you come in and you sign up for the website, don't do it as if you signed up to the gym, right? You come to the gym, you work out super hard your first 2 days, then your muscles start aching and you're like, oh, it hurts. And that's what happens too with code. You bump into a road and you're like, oh, my muscles ache. And you're like stuck. So then what happens there is you say, I'm going to come back to it a day from now. I need to get some rest. I'm going to come back with a fresh mind and brand new. Okay, a day passed by. 2 days passed by. Now you come back 3 days later. Okay, you work out for a little bit. You do your little coding. Then you come back, bump into a road. Then from there, you say, I'm going to come back in a day from now. 1 day becomes a week. Now you come back again. So then you're going through this whole cycle until you notice that one day you say, I already paid for this for the whole month. I'm good. I could come back to this at any moment. Next thing you know, now it falls over to the second month, right? So now what you could have learned in the first month, you could have been already done with like 3 courses. You're still on 1 course because you've been letting it go. You've been leaving it. Then you're like, oh man, I don't know, man. Like I should maybe come back later. It's like a month already. You haven't done anything. You got charged twice already. You haven't learned as much as you should be. And let's say a year from now, you come back and you're like, oh yeah, on my 4th month, I canceled. I tried other services. I tried other things. And, I still haven't even mastered JavaScript. You could have done all of that in your first 5 months, but you was taking it as a hobby. This is something that you cannot be mad at. Nobody else could be mad at that because that was something that you decided to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't come in and say, I want to use this website or I want to learn to code as a hobby. When you start thinking about that, you say, oh yeah, it's my hobby. A hobby means you come in and learn to code whenever there's time. It shouldn't be, oh, it's whenever there's time. No, it's I have to make time for code. I have to make time to learn to code. I have to make time to come in and start building my own things. Let's say we build a schedule, right? Build you guys a schedule and say, hey, you come in Monday to Tuesdays is just learning. Wednesdays and Fridays are building things from scratch. Building things from zero with everything that you already learned. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and from there maybe Saturday. You come in and those are your learning days. Wednesdays and Fridays is for you to build original things, right? Meaning websites, meaning applications, meaning ideas you might have, okay? But you need to start building things. Don't follow along the videos without no substance to it. You just like, you're following along like this is Netflix. Don't do that. Don't treat this as a hobby. Treat it as something that you're trying to become and something that you have a goal to, right? You have a goal at the end of the day. So make that goal a reality. Don't make it a dream, right? Hobbies are things where you're like, oh yeah, man, I have a hobby of, building ships. People have hobbies of, I have a hobby of building robots, right? How about you build robots instead of you playing with Gundam and fucking and putting in Gundam plays together? Like, how about you just build a freaking robot? Like, it's not that hard when you think about it. It's not gonna be the smartest robot. It's gonna be something that, hey, you press a button and the robot, all it does is just grabs a thing and goes like this. That's it. You built a robot. Doesn't have to be super complex. Doesn't have to be a robot that talks to you. Doesn't have to be a robot that does a million things. No. A very simple robot. Something that you could program and say, hey, when I press this button, your job is to move your hand, grab, and squeeze. That's it. That's how you start, right? If you think like you're going to be able to do everything in one shot, it's not going to work like that. Right? Because that's when you got to have realistic goals. You got to give yourself time. All the things that I know right now and all the things that I teach you guys is really from all the mistakes that I've made. Right? So now I teach you guys things that I would say, hey man, I wish somebody would have taught me years ago. I wish somebody would have told me, hey man, all the stuff that you're trying to learn on the side and all these things that you trying to master, you know, I spent so much time like I'm trying to master JavaScript for a long time, and then I realized I'm like, for 90% of the things that I need to do with web development, I don't need to be a JavaScript master. It's that simple, right? Over the years, you will master JavaScript. You will become like super good and be able to create your own libraries, create your own frameworks. Yes. But for you to get a job, for you to start working and start creating websites, you don't need to know every single thing. If we was to go here and be like, hey man, we're gonna right click into this. All right. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna try to find, you know, let's say, I don't know, we come in here and try to look at the whole DOM tree. And then we trying to learn everything inside of the DOM tree. Like, what are you going to learn from that? Like, yeah, you learned everything, but you could have been building websites. You could have been building sites for your clients. You could have been already working. All right. Some people fall into that loop of trying to learn too much. You know what I mean? So just take it easy, but don't take it too easy where you're taking this as a hobby. This is not something that you do for a hobby, man. This is not something that you come in and be like, I'll code when I get a chance. I'll code when I'm watching Netflix and I'll code a little something there. You're not focused on this. Watching Netflix, unless you already master something or you already know the language, that's a distraction. Take a time, sit down. If you have too much noise around your house, buy some headphones that, you know, isolate your ears and you can't hear nothing outside, and just focus on what's in the TV or your screen or your computer monitor. Just focus on that. Give yourself that 1 hour, 2 hours a day to be able to work on things. Don't take it as a hobby. All right. And I was just coming up with this topic because I'm like, man, a lot of people are signing up to the website. Right? And it's January. It feels good. It feels good. It feels like, you know, we all gonna work hard this year. But let's see how much it drops off by next week. Let's see. I'll keep you guys updated. I want to tell you guys, this is data. This is data that I feel is valuable for us as developers and for us who are trying to become developers. The way how things go. People come in, try to learn so much. You know what I mean? By next week, it starts slowing down. By the week after, it's like this. On the 4th week, it's like, whoop. A lot of people fall off the edge, right? The other ones, they stay at a steady pace. You know, there's a lot of people that's going to stay at a steady pace and continue learning. But so many people are going to fall off. And this video is just to tell you guys, at that moment when you're about to fall off and be like, oh, I'll be back. I already signed up for the whole month, man. I'll come back to it. You know what I mean? Like, once you get that moment in your head, remember this video. Be like, nah, I can't do that because I'm going to fall off. If I fall off, then all of this is a waste. and then this becomes a hobby, right? We don't want this to become a hobby. We want this to become a career. We want this to become our business. We want this to become our road to greatness and great achievements. You know what I mean? Like, become something in this world. You get what I'm saying? Like, create something that you could be proud of. All right? That's where we want to reach. We want to be able to come in and say, hey, last year I sucked. Last year I sucked. And then this year, I'm nice. You get what I'm saying? Like, this year, I'm nice. Last year was just me bumping to the road. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even go to an interview. I was nervous. I was, trying to learn too much. I didn't really master anything. But this year, I'm nice. That's just how it works. I'm not saying that's going to take you a whole year. If you follow along, like I told you guys, the timeline, everything here is just telling you like the things that you got to learn on the timeline. Now, if you already know this stuff, you could go ahead and skip. Go to the next thing. And if you feel you're comfortable, go to the next thing. You can skip it. You don't have to do everything. But at the same time, just make sure it's not a hobby. Make sure it's not something that you coming in and you spend, I spend $7. Sometimes we sign up to stuff that, we forget we even members of. I don't want that to happen to you guys. Because who gets the benefits? Me. It would be great if people just sign up and they forget. They'll be like, hey man, I signed up 2 years ago. I had somebody, this is a real story. Somebody hit me up. I don't know, the guy or the girl hit me up like, hey man, I signed up in September and, they canceled in September. They came in, signed up and canceled that same date, right? So then from there, they came back into the website like once or twice. The dude comes back, emails me and tells me, hey, can I get a refund? We are in January. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. You get your money back. But it's a 30-day thing. So to me, it kind of tells me like, wait, you signed up, you canceled, and then you came back in like maybe once or twice, gave up, right? You gave up. Not me gave up on you. It's you gave up because you never contacted me. You never told me if you had any issues to build something or set up anything. You gave up, and then 4 months later you're basically trying to put it on me to be like, hey, can I get a refund? Like, no. I will give you the refund, but it's not even possible. I can't even do it. It's a 30-day thing. Like, if you come in on the 30 days, I click one button, that thing goes right back to your account. So you're good. But after 30 days, I'm not going to come out of my pocket, out of your laziness, out of your irresponsibility for me to come in and be like, hey man, send me your PayPal information so I could send you back your freaking $5 that you paid. Because at that point, I had the $5 special in the beginning. That was like the first month of the website. I did it for all the people. It's like, you want $5. You want me to send you $5. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people don't even know what they're doing in this world. You have to take this seriously, man. I've never contacted anybody to tell them, hey man, could you send me my $5 back? Like, I don't know if I really, I didn't know that I didn't want to get into this. Don't get into it if you think this thing is a hobby. This thing is a real thing. People come in and change their lives. I thank God that I learned how to code because it really changed my life. Right now, I'm seriously would have thought I would have been like living with my mom somewhere, with no money, still driving around that, what was it, a Saturn View. If you know what a Saturn View is, and the reason why I bring this up is because these cards are completely pieces of ish. What want to show you guys the card that I had that constantly turned off on me. Wintertime, super cold outside, and I'm in this piece of ish. And this thing is horrible. Just dying everywhere, right? But that's all that I could afford at that time. So I had to take it, right? I had to take it. And who knows, I would have probably still been in that Saturn View if I didn't change what I was doing in 2011, 2012. All right, so you have to put in the work. You have to come in and take this serious. You know, when I do this stuff that I come in and create all these courses, it's for your benefit. My benefit will really be if I come in and say, hey man, everything that I put up is $115. You know, is it worth it, that money? Yes, it's worth it. But am I going to put it at that price? No. Because what I want you guys is to come in and learn everything. I get more out of you guys becoming developers and passing this on and telling other people like, hey man, this guy helped me out. Because in my, you know, my big scheme of the world and everything that I want to do is more better for me and more beneficial that more people get to know who I am than me try to get money from a small amount of people. It doesn't work for me. I want everybody who's out there who's trying to get into the industry. Somehow I want to be able to touch them and say, hey, this is the right way. Learn this. Right? That's all I really want. Right? And that's all I'm saying. Like, guys, take this, come in, work hard, but don't take it as a hobby. Don't do it to yourself. This is not something that you just come in and just be like, oh, cool. I'll do it next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month, you forgot you even signed up. Now you signed up for 3 months. You got charged 3 months. Nobody got anything out of it except me. And that's not what I want. You get what I'm saying? So I will keep on reminding you guys, you know, to not fall off the trail of becoming a developer. Okay? So, yeah, it's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back and I done did it again. And by the way, if you want to check it out, the website's there. Like I said, 65% off. It's literally until Friday night. Well, technically it's Saturday, 12 a.m. That's when it ends. And then it'll be back to, I believe, 50% off if you use the links on my description. Okay, so it's up to you guys. What you guys want to do is right there. I'm creating more courses every single day. This Ruby course that I'm building currently right now is super fun. If you wanted to just learn programming and you say, before I even start learning HTML and CSS, I just want to learn to program, I would also recommend just start with the Ruby one. You don't even have to jump into HTML, CSS, JavaScript, none of that stuff. If you wanted to just say, I just want to learn to program first and get the idea, see if I like it, start with the Ruby. Try that out. Okay? Try it out. It's a beautiful language. And then from there, you will start seeing things that, you know, it's the whole, you know, the whole spectrum of web development. All right. That's my specialty. That's what I do. This is not about software. This is not about building apps. This is not about building games. My specialty is in web development. So take advantage. If I'm telling you, hey, this thing works, it's for a reason. All right. Anyways, guys, this is your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back. I done did it again. Please leave a comment. Tell me. Let's have a conversation. From now on, I really want to have conversations with you guys on the comments so we could talk about the videos that I do. You know, what do you guys think? I mean, have this happened to you? Or have you seen this happen to other people where they sign up for something, they take it as a hobby, and they end up losing in the long run? Or they lose interest. Okay? Let's talk about it. Bye.